hmm November 20th of 2015, I emailed the police department. Yeah. And the answer was to get me put in prison. Yeah. A mental institution. Yes. hmm And have psychotropic medication administered against my will. For 2 counts. Yes. Of violating the restraint provisions. Right. Of a protection order where the respondent didn't have actual notice of the hearings. Right. The court didn't have jurisdiction over the parties, yeah, the minors, and the subject matter. And there was no reasonable notice and opportunity to be heard. Ouch. Now, notice the hearing was not served on the respondent by personal service, service by mail, or service by publication. Yes. And then the slash that said that the sheriff of Clallam County, yes, was going to serve me, didn't serve me. See, the law enforcement officer serving this order may confiscate the restrained person's weapons at the time of service. Yes. But the actual individual that served me, wasn't or was in law enforcement. Yes. Now, Slash, yes, decided to take it upon himself, right, to fill out page 4 of 6, yes, without the petitioner filling it out. But the respondent, yes. Well, it must have been that Court Commissioner Brent Basden did have some preponderance of evidence, even though the petitioner didn't appear in court. Yes. There must have been somebody that said that I had a weapon. Was it the police department? The sheriff's department? Oh, I mean, what can a judge actually know about the respondent when issuing protection orders? Prohibit weapons in order for must issue the above orders in actual and an order to surrender weapons because first restraint provision is ordered above and the court found on page 1 the respondent had actual notice when he didn't. Yes. Didn't represent a credible threat because the petitioner didn't appear in court. Was an intimate partner, but you issued a dissolution of marriage where the respondent didn't get a copy of it. Yeah. Now, exactly how do you know anything about me? Oh, it was the police department. Yes. It was Mike Van Proyen. It was 1023 Kitchen Dick Road. Exactly who was it that said? Oh, Brent. Somebody. Yes. Must have a thought the court finds by clear and convincing evidence that the restrained person has used, displayed, or threatened to use a firearm other than just weapon. In a felony, previously committed an offense making him or her ineligible to possess a firearm, RCW 9.41, or it's just the actual notice wasn't served on me, even though there was 2 attempts of service. Right. There was no credible threat because the petitioner didn't sign it. It was that you did know that we were married, but you issued a dissolution of marriage that I didn't get a copy of. Or was it that well, who is it that's the credible threat? Now, if I was to read the dissolution of marriage, Judge Aurora, yes, were there any restraint provisions in the dissolution of marriage? Was there a mental health evaluation and the treatment that is required? You just thought I was walking around crazy. Did Brent get a copy of the dissolution of marriage? Is that included in the actual court case summary? See, this is one Superior Court case. Yes, it's a summary of it. Right. And Brent reissued a temporary protection order while I was on probation. Yes. After having issued the protection order in 2011. Yes. While I was on personal recognizance. Yes, he was. And then Brent issued another protection order without any attempt of service from June 1st to June 12th. Yes. But then the police and sheriff's department says not served, not served. Yes. 48 days later, you issue a protection order. Well, who was it that said I was a credible threat? The petitioner didn't say that. Yes. She would have signed it if I was. Yes. Who was it that said I was? Somebody must have said that they thought that I had weapons. Yes. Was it the police department? Because as far as I know, they never went through my personal belongings. Did somebody, did, well, how would a judge have any knowledge of any actual weapons? Yes. Without the petitioner having some knowledge of weapons? Yes. Because it says here unknown. Yes. Did somebody else just decide to add the weapon surrender form as an afterthought? Yes. Was there something that the police and sheriff's department didn't tell me? Did you go through my right now? What? Illegal search and seizure? Did you wanted to put some weapons on me? Oh, well, it doesn't have a signature by the protected person. Yeah. hmm The slash said Clallam County Sheriff's Office. Isn't that right, Brant? The slash is different than the Christy Miller. There's two different slashes, AM, or is it PM? 205? Yeah. 205, 731, 2015, 731, 2015, 205. Yes. Is the signature of the 205 and the slash different on this one? Yes. Than this one here? Because one slash looks like this. Yes. And the other slash looks like that. Pooh! Are there two different court commissioners right now? You mean you have an imposter? Yes. Acting as if they're a superior court judge when they're not the actual superior court judge himself? I would say that this handwriting, yeah, on the weapon surrender form, yes, looks different than the handwriting on the weapon surrender form. Yes. See the 205 there? Yeah. And the 205 there? Yes. Looks like it's a little different, doesn't it? Doesn't it right now? Now, 731 205. Yeah. And then 70120Z015. What's the what's the difference, Brent? Well, let's look at the handwriting here. Clallam, Pencom. Yeah. And then there should be some other writing on this. Yes. Yes. Something else that the judge fills out. Coach, is there two of you? Brent, is there two? What?